I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
Here's Allen on 1st and 10 to Barkley on the check down. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And it's complete to Kelsey. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 42. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball. Oh, Travis Kelce unable to pull it in. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Here we go now. Green 39! Green 39!
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Gun! 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 Gun!
So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Now let's go! 3-19!
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Here we go now.
Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Allen. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Always fun to watch a big boy pick it up and go. He may need a little oxygen on it. He may need a lot of oxygen on the sideline.
Not only that, how about you and me trying to balance ourselves up here because you can feel the shaking all the way up to the booth. That big guy trying to get it to the house.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now a handoff looking right. And some space here. He chucks him aside. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there. 39 yards. And the Bears have taken the early lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Jags. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They'll start out on the ground as Saquon Barkley, and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Mike, check. 59. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 46 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Josh Allen scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now they try the right side here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Tight end right. Red up. Hey, 18.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hot. Hot.
On first down, Allen. And this one is incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Gun. Gun. Hot.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. To the air, Allen brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
Gun. Set. Green 30.
Now this time, Allen will throw. And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a
second down. Here's Barkley. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Emmanuel Sanders from 19 yards away. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. Santos now to add the PAT. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now a handoff working right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half, it's Trubisky. And this is going to be incomplete. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Still going. They can't stop him. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Trubisky. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. Touchdown, Chicago. Greg Olsen, 41 yards. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes, oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So we're back to a one-point game now as the kickoff comes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now let's go.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And here's Allen to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Finding room inside the 40. This one caught left side by Cooper. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Allen looking to throw on second down. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen to throw once more. This is caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They come out here, and he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Josh Allen scoring on the sneak from a yard out, and the Jaguars add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And on the ground they go with a running back. And now look at him go. The 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His second touchdown of the night. And now the Bears are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
54's Mike.
They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Gun! Gun!
Allen will try again on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I remember Philip Dorsett coming out of the University of Miami, ready to hit the league. All we talked about was speed, speed, speed. Just throw it to him, and you've got a great chance at a completion, but not that time.
Not that time. They tried a deep downfield with his speed, but incomplete.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 All right, now look.
To throw on 3rd down, Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't. Two times.
Now they try the right side here. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble lost.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Powerful running. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready and the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Blitz! Blitz! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Brian Urlacher in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Detroit! Detroit!